Hello, and welcome to our in-depth lesson on the 4 periods of the English language. The history of the English language can be divided into 4 main periods: Old English, Middle English, Early Modern English, and Modern English. Each of these periods has its own distinct characteristics and features, and understanding them can help us understand the evolution of the language we use today. The first period is Old English, also known as Anglo-Saxon. Old English was spoken from the 5th to the 11th century in England and was heavily influenced by Latin. Old English had a complex grammatical structure, with a number of inflections and declensions. The vocabulary of Old English was also heavily influenced by Latin, with many words borrowed from the language. Some examples of Old English words that are still used in modern English today include God, angel, street, and cook. Old English literature is rich and varied, with some of the most famous works including Beowulf and the Anglo-Saxon Chronicle. The second period is Middle English, which was spoken from the 12th to the 15th century. The Norman conquest of England in 1066 brought about a significant change in the language, as the Normans, who spoke Old French, began to influence the language. This resulted in the incorporation of many French words into the English language, giving rise to what is known as Middle English. The grammar and spelling of the language began to change as well, and the use of the definite article the and the infinitive form to before verbs became more common. This period saw the emergence of a more standardized form of the language and the development of rich literature, including works such as Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. The third period is Early Modern English, which was spoken from the 16th to the 18th century. The Renaissance period saw the emergence of Early Modern English, which was heavily influenced by the rise of the printing press and the translation of the Bible into English. The King James Version of the Bible, published in 1611, was a major influence on the standardization of the English language. The use of the vernacular in literature became more prevalent, and the language began to be used for more secular purposes. The vocabulary of early modern English was expanded, with many new words and idiomatic expressions being introduced. The fourth period is Modern English, which is the form of the language that is spoken today. The Industrial Revolution in the 18th and 19th centuries saw the rise of a more globalized world and the growth of the British Empire. This led to the spread of the English language and the incorporation of words from other languages, resulting in the modern English we know today. The 20th century saw the rise of American English as a dominant global language, with the United States becoming a superpower after World War II. This led to the spread of American English through popular culture, including music, movies, and television. American English also influenced the use of words and phrases in other forms of media such as the internet and social media. In conclusion, the English language has undergone significant changes throughout its history, evolving from Old English to Modern English. Understanding the different periods of the English language can help us appreciate the rich and complex history of the language and how it has shaped the language we use today. We hope this lesson has given you a deeper understanding of the 4 periods of the English language and how they have influenced the language we know today.